Yeah, I want to talk about this page, which is where this person, I did get gang stalked by these vehicles, and I published videos and pictures of it. Yeah, and I wanted to talk about this person who has stalked me and he has stalked me through one blog after another. I've told him to leave me alone. I've designated his messages as spam and deleted them, and then he just creates another web address and writes to me again. He stalked me through a couple of WordPress blogs, YouTube blogs, and he is always saying stuff like this. He's trying to convince me that everything that's happening to me is just like a delusion, that none of it's happening at all. He's also accused me of being like envious of the people that I write about, and saying that that's my motivation for writing about them. This has been his theme the entire time that he's been writing to me. Right? Okay. So yeah, and I finally lost my temper. I mean, I really lost my temper with him. I did. Here's what he says. Zoxim, you weren't stalked by anybody. You were imagining. You know, I'll just show what he wrote. And unfortunately, he is succeeding. He and other abusers of me are succeeding in getting attention from those people, right? I mean, they are in fact succeeding with all these horrific lies that they're telling. And I know this guy knows he's lying. He is a seriously bad person. One of the messages that he wrote to me said he had quote been on this earth for 57 years unquote, right? And he's said a few other things that prove that he knows exactly what's happening, you know, and he's just trying to use me to get attention, and he's gotten it. He's gotten it. Yeah. I mean, the only thing that seems like the only thing that happened as a result of my showing the people who have caused these things to happen to me was that he's gotten support from them. So these are my responses, right? These are my responses. Unfortunately, in fact, for whatever reason, there are in fact there are a lot of people who treat me like this guy does. Although they don't seek me out to do it so much as this thing. A few times, you know, I mean, the property management certainly did that to me. You know, they tried to portray me as, you know, being someone who lies about everything, or was just totally delusional. That I was totally delusional. And in fact, you know, they got me committed to hospital. They got me committed to mental hospital. And then the day after they did that, they sent me an eviction notice. And then when I was in the hospital, I was harassed there. The doctor, there's been total denial, almost total denial the entire time. Every time that I've been in the hospital, since the conglomerate started to harass me and attack me and stalk me, I've been both abused in the mental hospital. And then there's been total denial about what's been happening, you know, while it's all happening, and they just like laugh in my face. You know, it's not unusual for mental patients to be abused by mental health professionals. I mean, it's one of those parts of healthcare that just, you know, it's so subjective, and you can't really run any real tests to find out if someone has a mental illness. And so abuse is actually just kind of part of the system. But why they get involved? You know, in something that it's extremely unethical. Of course, it's totally unethical. You know, but even my own psychiatrist does not admit to what's happening to me. She rubs her nose every time she sees me, several times during you know, one session. You know, so tells me I'm paranoid. She does. It's awful. You know, but I kind of just, you know, it's horrible what's happening to me. It's horrible what's happening. You've seen what's happened a couple times recently that I've tried to call the police about being stalked. You know, he's certainly not the only person who treats me like this. He is the only person who sought me out at my blogs, really, to just continuously try to like say these things over and over and over again. He knows that he's lying. Everybody knows that it's all a bunch of lies. I finally went to the medical director for the psychiatry department at Boston Medical Center, tried to talk to her about what's happening. She was wearing a purple V-neck shirt. You know, I tried to kind of talk around the issue, except to try to tell her, you know, you please talk to the psychiatrist and tell her, you know, stop abusing me in her office. I said, I don't really want to talk about it. I don't really want to talk about it on the internet. You know, but I will if I have to. And she pretended I didn't know what I was talking about. She's like, oh gosh, I don't even know what you mean. Tell me more about that. And I just kind of got up and I was like, yeah, I really, you know, I got to be leaving now. And on the back of her door was this picture of a little girl with a rainbow on her forehead. You know, she had a rainbow on her forehead, the little girl in the picture, a little African-American girl, actually. So, you know, I mean, whether or not they're ever going to stop abusing me at Boston Medical Center, I don't know. But, you know, this guy is getting at least some of what he wanted. You know, and other abusers are too. Right? I mean, it is truly evil. It is a ridiculous evil conspiracy. I have no idea why it's happening. You know, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. Yeah, you know, I did lose my temper with this guy. It's just disgusting. The way he's treated me, the way other people, you know, everything that's happening to me. And then they accuse me of lying, right? They accuse me of lying, they accuse me of BS. There's nothing about the conglomerate that's truthful. Yeah, he finally left me alone after this one. But I wouldn't be surprised if he wrote to me again after this.